Officer Cox, we have a 1034 in progress. I repeat, we have a 1034 in progress. 5 males inciting a riot, disturbing the peace. These are as follows: J-Dog, Funny Man, Johnny Three Tears, Danny, and Charlie.
Thank you for sticking with us, ladies and gentlemen. This is part 2 of our very special Hollywood double feature. This is LAW After Dark. I am your host, James Lewis. And making their way to the ring right now are the tag team of Gran Metalik and Lince Dorado. They have drawn the unfortunate task of taking on Karl Anderson and Luke Gallows. And here we go. Tag team of Gallows and Anderson with a lot to prove here tonight. Anderson took a stab at some singles action in the early weeks, had varying levels of success. They then fell in their tag team debut, taking on the tag team of Ricochet and Alexander, who we just saw successfully defeat the Revival in the main event of LAW this week. Outside of that match, Gallows and Anderson have dominated every tag team that they have stepped in the ring with. Could be looking for some backdoor consideration for the LAW tag team title scene. Depending on what happens in the ring here tonight, Ricky Steamboat's opinion really could go either way. Now Anderson looking to start things off against Dorado. Oh! Shot right to the face, heavy shots. Oh, and the gun stun! Right out of the gate. Anderson dropping. Lince Dorado catches the super kick though. Oh, that may have been a mistake. Gets caught shooting for the takedown. Elbow across the shoulder. Oh, now Dorado. Oh God. The size difference here. And Gallows from the top. Dorado nips up to his feet and gets dropped straight away. Now Gallows showing off. There's the pump handle drop. Oh, heavy chop to the chest. Oh, and a big backbreaker. This man is deceptively large, standing in at 6'7", north of the 300-pound mark. Now here comes Gran Metalik. Oh! Wiped out with a kick to the side of the head. And now Gallows scoops him up. Oh! Yosaka cutter. Laying him out. Lince Dorado with the back elbow. And now that may have been all that Gran Metalik needed to get back in this. Has the arm. Lucha-inspired arm drag. And what an upset victory it would be for these two luchadors if they could put away the tag team combination of Anderson and Gallows here tonight. Oh! Went for the chops. Gallows paid him back one and then wiped him out with another kick. Now Dorado running straight into that boot. Gallows connects with that high kick. This luchador combination being dominated here. Catches him with that, oh my god, launching him into the air with the flapjack. Dorado nowhere to go but down. Gravity not his friend on this night. And there is the tag. Now setting him up, and there it is, Magic Killer. Anderson goes for the cover. And that is it. Gallows and Anderson with the extremely impressive victory here tonight on LAW After Dark. And they sure seem pleased with themselves. Could this be enough to put them back in tag team title contention? Time will tell, but with performances like this, it is only a matter of time. But up next, we have the NWA United States Champion Johnny Gargano in action against Keith Lee. Keith Lee making his way to the ring first here. Keith Lee has had his issues in recent weeks with Dominik Dijakovoc. These two men have faced off twice. Both times it has been a qualifying match for the NWA United States Championship Tournament. And both times the match has ended in double countout. Both men extremely impressive in both of those matches, throwing everything but the kitchen sink at each other. But both men so evenly matched that both times it ended up spilling to the outside. The first time for a double 10 count, the second time for a double 20 count. As a result, neither man suffering any victories or defeats here. But tonight Keith Lee looks to change that when he faces the man who went on to win that tournament. And what a homecoming it is going to be. Here he comes. Johnny Wrestling returns to the Reverb Lounge as the NWA United States Champion. Johnny biting and clawing his way through that tournament. He defeated Mike Kanellis. Kanellis hit him with a low blow. He went 20 minutes with the one and only Ricochet and managed to pick up the victory, only to be attacked after the match by Adam Cole, who managed to get a bye as a result of Keith Lee and Dominik Dijakovic being unable to produce a victor. And then last week at NWA Clash of the Champions, Johnny Gargano, with the heart, guts and determination, outlasted Adam Cole and became the champion. But tonight he may face his toughest opponent to date in the limitless Keith Lee. And the referee calls for the bell, and here we go. They tie up, and Keith Lee able to use his size advantage, pulling Johnny over, but Johnny back to his feet into the side headlock, transitions to a top wrist lock. And Johnny sweeps the leg of the larger athlete, and Keith Lee is seeing up close the tenacity of Johnny Gargano that allowed him to go all the way in that tournament. Now Johnny with the neck breaker. Johnny going for the cutter. Keith Lee able to shove him off. Now brutal strikes from Keith Lee, getting back in this. Shots to the face on the ground. And Keith Lee knows what a victory over the NWA US Champion would mean for his own prospects here in the NWA. Catches the trapezius nerve. clawing away at Johnny Gargano, wearing him down, and that is the name of the game here. We know it's not going to be easy. Oh, and the cutter out of nowhere. Johnny connecting with it that time. Oh, but Keith Lee able to use his size advantage to just shove Johnny away. Johnny with the technique cutting away at the legs. But Lee again able to just muscle him out and overhead belly to belly. Throwing him across the ring. Planting him with the DDT and nipping right back to his feet. Keith Lee, explosive power here. But can he sustain that offense? Oh! Running his 320-pound frame into the turnbuckles, eats the enziguri from Johnny Gargano. And Keith Lee unable to sustain the offense and now paying the price. Gargano stomping down on his wrist. Misses the shot to the midsection. Overhead belly to belly once again. Keith Lee just throwing Johnny Gargano like a rag doll across the ring. Johnny gets caught that time. Keith Lee building it up. And now Keith Lee could be going for some high risk offense here. Big frog splash. Gets nothing but the knees of Johnny Gargano right to the abdomen. And now Lee thrown to the corner. Johnny Gargano in control here. And Lee, oh! Massive headbutt just dropping Johnny Gargano on a standing moonsault. Crushes Johnny into the mat. And if Lee can focus, if he can sustain this offense. And look out now. Oh! Ragdolling Johnny Gargano the entire length of the ring. On the big shoulder block, just making it look easy. If Keith Lee gets a victory over the US champion here tonight, you have to imagine a title opportunity will be in his immediate future. And now Lee misses with that plancha. Johnny Gargano catches the arm, and you do not want to give up a limb to Johnny Gargano. And Gargano now wiping him out twice. Oh, wraps him around with the kick. And Lee to the corner. Now Johnny able to scoop him up onto the shoulder and darts him into the middle rope. Johnny Gargano takes the advantage here tonight. Goes for the cover. But Keith Lee kicking out before the count of one, showing us just how limitless he can be. Oh, but Gargano catches him that time. Floats over. Rolls through into the cutter. Now Keith Lee is laid out. Oh, and Gargano spinning him out with that super kick and catching him in the Gargano escape. And that'll be all she wrote. Johnny Gargano using this hold to great effect, using it all the way to that NWA US Championship. But wait just a minute. Keith Lee breaking the grip of Johnny Gargano and getting free. This man is freakishly strong. Uses the headbutt once again, and our NWA US champion is laid out. Keith Lee once again plants him with that DDT and jumps right back to his feet. Grinding down Johnny Gargano now. But Gargano catches the leg. Arm drag. You can never count out Johnny Gargano. This man has been disadvantaged from the very beginning and has somehow turned that into his strength. at his best when he's fighting from behind, but he is definitely fighting from behind here. Keith Lee once again just dropping him. Keith Lee with the size advantage, and he knows how to use it. Now Johnny against the ropes here. Keith scooping him up and drops him across the top rope, hanging him up. What's Lee got in mind here now? Calling for Johnny to get to his feet. Johnny slowly gets up. Johnny catches him, hangs him up on the top rope. And Johnny Gargano has bought himself some time to catch his breath, but he follows Keith to the outside, looking to stay on him. Went for the cutter, got pushed off and eats the ring apron. Keith Lee using it to his advantage here, throwing Johnny into the ring. And now stalking him around. Catches him from behind. Johnny, with the ring awareness, knew exactly where he was. Connected with the elbow. Now back and forth here. Johnny catches the leg. Oh, and the arm drag. Keith Lee into the ring apron this time. And the back and forth between these two men. Oh, jawbreaker there. Make no mistake, these two men respect each other. But tonight it is about momentum. And Keith Lee using his momentum there. Throwing all 320 pounds into Johnny Gargano. Now Lee... Oh! May have opened up Johnny off the ring apron there. These two furious in the moment. Oh. Now Lee once again ejected to the outside. Johnny Gargano follows him out. Oh, and a super kick. These men throwing everything they have once again. Keith Lee using the ring post. These men throwing absolutely everything they have. Lee, he teases it. Oh, and he caves in the chest of Johnny Gargano. And Gargano now crawls for the rope, trying to support himself here. And Lee shoots him off. Johnny reverses it. Big clothesline. No, Keith Lee. Keith Lee breaks through the clothesline of Johnny Gargano and pounces Keith. Wait a minute. That is the music of Dominik Dijakovic. And there he is. He is scheduled to take on Aleister Black later tonight, but what is he doing out here now? Keith Lee has left the ring. The referee is following him. And look out now. Back and forth they go, taking shots at each other once again. Things getting out of hand here between Keith Lee and Dijakovic, breaking free. And this one has been thrown out here. Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for the chaos. But up next is the most big money challenge. And things absolutely getting out of hand there moments ago. A competition between Keith Lee and Johnny Gargano thrown out. We are being told that that one was a no contest. Keith Lee and Dijakovic being separated in the back. We're being told that Keith Lee has been requested to leave the building. More on this as we go on. But right now, it is time for the Moose Big Money Challenge. Moose cornered by Stokely Hathaway. And Moose, he has got to be pleased with himself coming into this one. This past weekend he took his show on the road, taking on Revolt Pro Wrestling's Eli Drake in Memphis, Tennessee. Moose picked up the impressive victory in that one. And of course he paid Eli Drake $100 by shoving it in his mouth. fined the usual $1,000 by the NWA committee. Moose really didn't seem to care all that much, making his statement on the grandest stage. And who tonight will answer his call? Oh, and the wolf just howled. Eddie Edwards, longtime personal friend of Moose, former Ring of Honor heavyweight champion, former Impact and Ring of Honor tag team champion. And tonight, Eddie Edwards has come to answer Moose's challenge. This man, a former personal friend of Moose, things turning sour during their time in Impact together. And you have to imagine this is Moose's biggest challenge to date. Eddie Edwards unlikely to go down easy. Oh! Throwing everything at Moose right out of the gate! But Moose with the discus clothesline cuts Eddie in half. Eddie Edwards knew he had to come out of the gate strong, but Moose turning it against him. But you cannot count Eddie out. He is undoubtedly at the size disadvantage tonight. Oh, but look out here! With innovative offense like that, the size difference may be moot. Oh! The strength of Eddie able to get Moose up for that brainbuster. And the bigger they are, the harder they fall, or at least that's how it usually goes. Moose right back to his feet. Climbing right up to that top rope right beside Eddie Edwards. Oh, and a big superplex. Driving Eddie Edwards 15, 16 feet across that ring. But Eddie kicks out. He realizes this could be an opportunity to get himself noticed. Oh! And Moose just throwing him into the air and punching him back to earth. Now Moose, gut wrench, scoops him up. Oh, and the gut wrench powerbomb. Eddie Edwards could be in trouble here. Eddie, getting these pockets of offense, needs to make them count. Connected with the enziguri the first time. Oh! Eddie with the series of impressive kicks, but Moose just absorbing them. And Moose is honestly unlike anyone else we've seen in the NWA. Oh, and the running splash. So much untapped potential hidden behind this arrogance. Really doing himself no favors in his career. Eddie Edwards catches him from behind. Moose rolls through. But Eddie Edwards kicks out at 2. Able to shift Moose back off of him. Moose once again catches him. Snapmare. Just scooping him up here. Oh! And a violent headbutt from the ground. Oh, and a claw to the eyes. There was no need for that. Oh, and the clothesline. Now Moose taking it to Eddie Edwards. Eddie Edwards throwing everything he had at Moose in the early goings. Now Moose takes it to the outside. Eddie throws Moose back in. Eddie Edwards needs to use these pockets of offense. Gone! Like that to great effect. Springboard dropkick takes out Moose. Now Eddie cannot waste time. Playing to the crowd here. Drives Moose to the outside. But But he's, again, not following through. This could be giving Moose time to... Oh! Suicide dive from Eddie Edwards. Wipes out Moose. And now stares down Stokely Hathaway. And Hathaway is backing up. But Moose is back to his feet. Climbs back into the ring. Eddie Edwards follows him. May have given him too much time to recover there. And there we see it. Moose hauling him up. Walks across the ring and snake eyes Eddie Edwards laid out. Moose undefeated in the NWA thus far. Eddie Edwards, as of yet, unsigned. Oh! Moose going for that headbutt. Eddie catches him. Oh! Back and forth until Moose comes out on top. Oh, on the running leg drop. Oh, and a massive headbutt. Absolutely folds up Eddie Edwards. And Eddie Edwards may be unconscious. And that is all she wrote. Eddie Edwards laid out with a massive headbutt on Moose. Once again successful in his big money challenge. Oh, and now it is time to pay the kid, and this is not right. Eddie Edwards was Moose's friend at one point. And now Moose going to forcibly put that money in his mouth. And wait a minute. Eddie Edwards back to his feet. Moose successful one-on-one against Eddie Edwards, but Eddie Edwards refusing payment. And the pace of the action is not letting up, as up next we have our scheduled contest between Aleister Black and Dominik Dijakovic. Dijakovic making his presence felt here earlier tonight. Getting involved in that contest between Johnny Gargano and Keith Lee. Keith Lee has been removed from the building as a result to avoid the same thing happening in this contest. Dominik Dijakovic making it clear that he is not done with Keith Lee. These men have thrown everything they have at each other, and thus far it remains a stalemate. But tonight, Dijakovic cannot let his thoughts lie with the limitless Keith Lee, because in this ring, he is about to face the demon from Amsterdam. And as the sun sets here on After Dark, the demon rises in the Reverb Lounge. Aleister Black having his own issues against moneymaker Manny Garcia. Aleister Black has been crying out for competition. He has knocked out every man who has stepped in the ring with him. But to date, Manny Garcia the only competitor to even slow him down. Offering Aleister Black two of his longest encounters to date. They both ended in the same way. And it very well may have stayed that way until last week. Aleister Black scheduled to take on EC3 and got attacked from behind by moneymaker Manny Garcia wielding a kendo stick. Aleister Black not happy about that situation. Silently furious. Could be looking to take it out on Dijakovic here tonight. But one has to imagine that Manny's day of reckoning is coming. Aleister Black taking in the Reverb Lounge. He has this zen-like focus every time he competes here. Arguably that is what has allowed him the success that he has had. Still to come here tonight, we have got action from the women's division. Tessa Blanchard will take on Ember Moon. And we will hear from the new NWA World's Champion Samoa Joe. But now, the referee calls for the bell and this one is underway. And Dijakovoc throwing Aleister over that top rope. He knows that he needs to attack early and hard and does exactly that, dropping Aleister with a DDT on the ring apron. The hardest part of the ring. But it did not kill Aleister, and that may be the downfall of Dijakovoc. Now Aleister throws Dijakovoc back in the ring. Aleister springboard knee. Dijakovoc throws him off. Dijakovoc has the size advantage in this one. But Aleister... Oh! That series of strikes. So proficient at those striking. Look out. Those kicks. Rapid fire. Dijakovoc barely even registering them. Oh! Still staying on his feet here. Dijakovoc. Oh! Heavy spear lays out the demon from Amsterdam. And this is a very different type of beast than Aleister Black is used to. Now being choked with that middle rope. Oh, right back to his feet. Just kicked Dijakovoc in the face. And that one registered. Now Aleister measuring his opponent here as Dijakovoc gets back to his feet. Black Mass lays him out. But back to his feet, nearly on instinct. Dijakovoc has him. Feast your eyes on that. Rolls him off into the knee, but then knocks down the referee. And that very well may have cost him this contest. And Aleister Black remains in this match. But that may be due to Dijakovoc knocking down the referee. Bicycle knee takes him down. Aleister shakes it off and he is still in this. Now lifting him with his foot and follows through with another Black Mass. Dijakovic staying down slightly longer this time. That has rattled his bell. Now Aleister stalking his prey. He could go for the cover here. He'd probably get the victory. Double stomp to the chest. And a kick to the shoulders. Aleister Black may be hunting that knockout victory here tonight. Time will tell if that is a good idea. Again throwing those strikes. Dangerous to allow a man like this back to his feet. Aleister went to throw that big boot against the ropes. Dijakovic lowered the bridge. And Aleister falls to the outside. Aleister catches the foot of Dijakovic, spins him out. Black Mass! And Dijakovic is out cold. Aleister Black, your winner by knockout once again. And what an impressive victory by Aleister Black here tonight. Now Aleister celebrating in that ring. He knows what he has done here, and his hunt for competition once again continues. Aleister, wait a minute! Manny Garcia! Manny Garcia with the kendo stick! Laying out Aleister Black for the second week. And there will be hell to pay for this. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our main event of the evening. We will see Tessa Blanchard take on Ember Moon. both women competing last week at NWA's Clash of the Champions. Tessa Blanchard unsuccessful in her in-ring debut when she attempted to take the Women's Championship, losing that match to LuFisto. Ember Moon, meanwhile, winning a Battle Royal, confirming her as #1 contender for that very championship. Tessa Blanchard, accompanied by her father, Tully Blanchard, looking to prove here tonight that there is more than just hype around her. Tessa coming up short in an amazing contest against current NWA champion LuFisto last week. No shortage of self-confidence on the part of this Dynasty wrestler. But her opponent tonight, Ember Moon, successful in that Women's Battle Royal, providing her with that briefcase. Inside is a contract for an NWA Women's World Championship match. But tonight, Ember faces Tessa Blanchard. And you have to imagine, if Tessa manages to pick up the victory here tonight, will that put her back in that title scene? And if Ember can pick up the win, how long until she goes looking for LuFisto? But here we go, the main event of LAW After Dark. And the referee calls for the bell and we are underway. Tessa, they lock up. Tessa blocks her into the corner. The referee gonna have to separate them here. Tessa with the cheap shot, connecting with Ember Moon. Now Ember, boom, caught once again. Tessa not likely to play by anyone's rules but her own. Ember using the turnbuckles to her advantage. Shoots her off the ropes. Oh, and a big power slam. Takes her over. Now Tessa rolls through, drop toe hold. Both of these women at the very top of this industry. Two of the finest performers on the planet. And they are going head to head tonight in our main event. And after the conclusion of this contest, we will hear from NWA World Champion Samoa Joe. But right now, Ember takes control back with the side headlock. But Tessa charges the ropes, shoots her off. Tessa leapfrogs her, drops under. And look out now, Tilt-A-Whirl DDT all the way around the world. Spiked her on the top of her head. But Ember, too much left in the tank, climbed out, octopus hold locked in. Wrenching that arm back. Using the legs to hold the other, and wait a minute. Ember gets the head off, drops the drop toe hold. Ember Moon. And now look out, gunslinger! Tessa landing hard, maybe winded here. A shot to the midsection isn't going to help. Oh, and the step up Hurricane Rana. And now Ember Moon going for the cover. Only good for a 1 count. Tessa Blanchard realizes that a loss here may take her out of the picture entirely. Not willing to have that happen, and look out now! Tessa charging at Ember. Oh, and using the ring post. Oh, but Ember right back to her feet. Just to meet the fist of Tessa on the way back down. Tessa drops off onto Ember. Tessa taking it in. She really does not care what people think about her. She is well aware of her own value. Oh, now using the ring barrier. The referee closes in on 10. Just about the halfway point here. But Ember back to her feet. Back in on 9. And Tessa may be too busy looking at the crowd here. Oh! In a contest of this caliber, you cannot take that kind of time to grandstand. Tessa kicks out, but may have put herself at a disadvantage. Gets out of the way of that knee. Oh, and it rolls her up. And Ember rolls it back. Holds on. Could that be it? No, Tessa rolls through again. And Ember pushing her off. And Tessa looking to create separation. Went for that back elbow. Missed. Koji clutched by Ember Moon. Locked it in. Tessa able to remove Ember's leg from around her neck. And now knocks Ember into the corner. What's Tessa got in mind here now? Oh, hangs her up on the top rope and keeps her there. Oh, and follows up with a knee to the side of the head. Ember Moon is down and she is hurt. Oh! Tessa not getting any of that splash. Buying Ember time to recover here. Ember. Oh, the pendulum drop kick. Increasing the force. Driving her 2 feet into the chest of Tessa Blanchard. And another gunslinger. Could be looking to wind Tessa Blanchard here. Becomes incredibly difficult to kick out if you can't breathe. Tessa again with the roll-up. And what we are seeing here is Ember Moon systematically breaking down Tessa. Tessa taking every shortcut she can. As is the MO of the Blanchard family. Oh. Undue viciousness from Tessa Blanchard. Drives the knee between the shoulder blades. Oh, and wraps her up. Ember Moon is suffering here. Being choked with her own arms. Now, Ember powering out. Oh, and flips Tessa. Ember Moon having just about enough of that. Snapmare followed up with a kick to the back. Now Ember. Oh! Dropping Tessa Blanchard. Blanchard is feeling that. Oh, and a big forearm. Ember letting Tessa know exactly how she feels about her. Ember up top, but Tessa crawling away. Tessa with the wherewithal and the ring presence to know that she needed to get away from Ember Moon. Going up top may have been a mistake. Ember cuts her off at the pass. Ember double underhook. Double underhook suplex from the top rope. And Tessa Blanchard thrown across the ring and could... No. Only good for a 1 count. Tessa Blanchard. She may take the shortcuts. She may take... Oh, look at these knees. She may take a little too much pleasure in the brutality that she inflicts. But she is an absolute world-class professional wrestler. Unfortunately for her tonight, so is Ember Moon. Ember sends her to the corner. Ember nearly just proving a point. Springboard. Oh! Handstand clothesline into the corner. Ember Moon connects, gets all of it. Still only good for a 1 count. But Tessa Blanchard is taking longer at getting up. She is feeling every part of this match. Now could Ember have the Eclipse in mind? And here she comes. Oh! Tessa able to sidestep the Eclipse. Ember Moon throwing herself from the top rope. May have winded herself here. And it does not look good for her at this point. What's Tessa got in mind here? Putting her up top. Oh, Ember able to take back control. Oh, but Tessa. Oh, vicious elbows to the side of the head. Tessa Blanchard. And look out! Poison Rana from the top rope. Tessa Blanchard launching Ember Moon across the ring. And that has got to be it, but no. Ember Moon rolling the shoulder right at the last second. Tessa Blanchard cannot believe it. And Tessa now circling. Oh! Ember fights her off. Oh! Beautiful bridge on that from Ember Moon as she fights her way back into this contest. Look out now! Picture perfect elbow across the solar plexus of Tessa. Tessa still kicking out at 1. But now she's got to know that she has thrown her best at Ember. And Ember has just kicked out of it. Now emulating her with that step up Hurricane Rana. So adaptable is this Tessa Blanchard. But Ember Moon meeting her step for step here tonight. And Tully Blanchard looks shocked. Tessa hung up on the middle rope. Ember following her to the outside. This one is getting vicious quick. Hurricane Rana from Tessa. Now Ember is fired up and the crowd here in the reverb lounges behind her. Now Ember throws Tessa back in the ring. Drops the knee to the midsection. Scoops her up. Fall away slam. And both of these women using this platform here tonight to show just what they are capable of. Ember Moon now taking it to Tessa Blanchard, refusing to be overlooked. And Tessa's running away. Tessa is literally running away from Ember Moon. She's hiding behind her father. Now Tessa back in the ring, and here comes Ember. But Tessa saw her coming, snatches her as she comes through the ropes, and delivers the knees right to the face. Tessa. Oh! And another vicious, vicious knee to the face. Ember rolling to the safety of the outside. Now Tessa following her out. Ember throws her right back in. This one has devolved quickly here. Ember once again playing with the ropes. Here she comes. Could it be another handspring? Yes, it is. Handspring clothesline lays out Tessa Blanchard. And could that be enough? Could that be the key? No. She is interestingly up to the 2 count. Tessa Blanchard is fading here. But wait a minute. Ember is perched. She is waiting. She is ready. Can Tessa avoid it again? No, she cannot! Tessa eats the Eclipse. And Ember Moon successful here in our main event on LAW After Dark. And Ember Moon meeting the hype of Tessa Blanchard head on. And could she be ready for NWA Women's Champion LuFisto? Ember Moon impressive here tonight. And up next, ladies and gentlemen, we will be joined by NWA World Heavyweight Champion Samoa Joe. But first, Join us as we take a look back to last Saturday night at NWA Clash of the Champions live from Memphis, Tennessee. In our main event, we saw Samoa Joe taking on Jon Moxley. Moxley representing Revolt, Joe representing LAW. These are the closing moments. Samoa Joe wraps the arms around the throat of Moxley, sweeps the legs, the Kakina clutch is applied. Samoa Joe swearing he would choke out everyone who stepped in the ring with him until he was champion. And that is exactly what he did. Samoa Joe proving himself to be a man of his word. And there we see it. Samoa Joe waving that belt in the air, and here he comes. And what a homecoming to the Reverb Lounge it will be. The man who won our very first contest ever in LAW. Samoa Joe now strapped with that 10 pounds of gold, making his way to the ring. The one championship that had eluded him his entire career. Samoa Joe has finally gotten that monkey off of his back. Can now add his name to the wall of champions that preceded him. He's up there with the Ric Flairs. He's up there with the... Wait a minute. A fan has just jumped the railing here. We need security out here immediately. And wait a minute. That's no fan. He's spray painting Joe. What the... Ladies and gentlemen, Jon Moxley has invaded the Reverb Lounge. He is not contracted to LAW. Revolt Pro Wrestling superstar Jon Moxley has invaded the Reverb Lounge and attacked the NWA World's Champion. Samoa Joe attacked with his own championship belt. This is disgusting. Can we please get somebody out here? This is... No. Come on. Come on. Get him out of here. What the f...
He slammed one guy's face through a front store window.
It was the scariest, most disturbing thing I've ever seen.
He had a big
Then
black
he turns to
coat
me.
Yeah, everything happened. Very large man dressed in all black.
He had a big black coat on.
Started ragdolling
He
everyone.
walked up to a guy on the sidewalk.
It's a very large man dressed in all black.
Didn't say a word to
He was
him.
stomping the guy's face and he was laughing while he was doing it.
TikTok. Got into
The
his
guy is
car
not
and drove away.
human.
I'm telling you, you guys better
I
get
heard him
right
say
at
one
me.
thing.
Dead in my eyes.
Tick
And he
tock.
said, TikTok.
A big black car rolls up, and this guy with a big black jacket gets out. He walks into the fight gym, and all of a sudden he slams this guy's head through the wall. And he stood over him, and he was staring at him. And he threw a card down on him with an X on it. He was very big.
He was
He
very
didn't look
big.
right. The moment I saw him get out of his car, it was something very bad.
The moment I saw him get out of the car, I knew that
He didn't say
something
anything to me.
very big was about
All
to
he said
happen.
to the guy on the ground was, tick tock.
All he said to the guy on the ground was, tick tock.